It's the last day of sun in Ennis, Alaska, and once the sun comes down for the last time for the next few weeks, 8 scientists disappear from their research center. Once 7 of them are found lying in the cold and naked, Ennis Police Chief Liz Danvers and Trooper Angeline Navarro will have to put their animosity aside to work the case together, which may or may not also solve an old cold case. Hello folks, Luke Ripa here, and welcome to my review of True Detective Night Country, the 4th season of HBO's anthology show True Detective, this time showrun by Issa Lopez, with Nick Pizzolatto only serving as an executive producer. Speaking of Nick Pizzolatto, he didn't have nice things to say about this season, going as far as fiercely criticizing it midway through its airing. I don't want to spend too much time about this, but if I were working in the industry as an above-the-line personality, and hopefully one day I will, I'd go the Christopher Nolan route, meaning I'm only going to talk about things I like, and if I don't, I'll just shut up. This should be more true when talking about something that is actually making you money. Albeit I don't appreciate his opinion, I also think it's not baseless. In fact, if we follow the production timeline, Issa Lopez started developing the show in March 2022, receiving the green light in June 2022 after Jodie Foster jumped on as lead and executive producer in May 2022, and filming began in November 2022. Given the magnitude of the project, Lopez might have had give or take 3 months to write the teleplays before entering pre-production, which must have been extensive taking everything in consideration. All of that, unfortunately, shows Night Country's biggest flaw is indeed its writing, which is uneven all throughout the 6th episode. When it works, it's great, even almost phenomenal. Both Danvers and Navarro do have great moments in the show, and they are tremendously captivating when they happen. But when it doesn't work, it makes you question why you are watching those moments, such as the whole subplot regarding John Hawkes saying prior, I get it, we are given a reason. It's just that the development of that reason isn't interesting. The thing that suffers the most from the writing is the case, and by proxy, the show's pace. The case, in fact, is mostly static for most of the 6 episodes, and at a certain point there is a full stop at the 4th episode. Granted, the show is developing characters and other subplots, but we are watching True Detective to watch detection, not character drama, and it feels like there's more of the latter than the former. In fact, almost all characters have subplots, even minor ones. Sure, it makes them feel more human, but they take runtime away from detection, which is important when you only have 6 episodes. Luckily, the last 2 episodes are great and give the story a good conclusion, even though a couple of subplots aren't given a proper closure, if any. The strongest True Detective Night Country quality is absolutely the mise-en-scene. Ennis feels like a real Alaskan city, and the show benefits from that sense of claustrophobia that really encapsulates the feeling of the constraints of constant night amidst horrific events. The fact they did shot some of it in location really helped set the mood. I even like the cinematography, which looked for constant realism. Sure, it ain't super artistic, so your mileage may vary, but I enjoyed it. The cast also does a pretty good job. Jodie Foster, of course, is phenomenal and encapsulates Liz Danvers' complicated world views perfectly. Jodie defined her a Karen, and yeah, at times her outbursts are not justified, but after she is convinced, she tries to do her job the best she can. So no, I wouldn't call her a Karen. Boxer turned actress Kali Reis, here at a 3rd role, does punch the screen. The character has some inconsistent writing quality-wise, but she ends up owning Navarro in a way you don't expect at the start of the show. The other interesting character, Officer Peter Pryor, is played by Tim Bennett, who does a fantastic job at portraying the complex life of an officer who just wants to be good in a context where that might not be an option. As for the rest of the cast, albeit the writing ain't that interesting, John Hawkes does a pretty good job, same as Christopher Eccleston. Overall, I score True Detective Night Country with a 7 out of 10. Sure, it has strong pacing problems, but I'm a sucker for this narrative at such locations. Plus, it's a Jodie Foster masterclass. Did you watch True Detective Night Country? What did you think about it? Let me know down in the comments. If you like this video, be sure to leave a like and or subscribe depending on which platform you're on, so you won't miss any content we make. You can find Weekos on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, X, TikTok and Twitch. My name is Luke Ripa, thank you so much for watching and I'll see you next time.